him that, I guess. Because as Tatum is leading up to his first title, his comments will freaking flabbergast you. Just take a listen.
We would love to win tomorrow more than anything. But if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. We have more opportunities. So just like setting that table of like, you know, don't surrender to that idea that we have to win tomorrow.
Tatum is guilty. He's starting to look real guilty. Guilty of not being a killer. He's starting to look real guilty. Guilty of not being a leader. He's starting to look real guilty. Guilty of not being that dude. Not as it pertains to talent, as it pertains to galvanizing everybody else. The reason I have such an issue with that quote is because as the leader goes, so do the followers. What nobody else will tell you is the other quote from Sam Hauser on his team. Now, Hauser said, y'all know the three-point assassin, it would be awesome to get it done. It would be great. If we do lose, it's not like it's the end of the world. I'm gonna stop there. See, that's the problem with leaders not realizing the power of their words. Because now it's not just the Tatum ideology. Now it's a Hauser ideology. I wonder who else shady who's going into the game saying, well, if we lose, I mean, it's not the end of the world. Again, y'all, just as much is caught as is taught. So if you are a leader in your household, if you're a leader on your job, if you're a leader in your occupation, if you're a leader with whatever you're doing, a spiritual leader, please keep in mind when you speak, other people are listening and they will regurgitate exactly what you say and or do. Shady McCoy, you won 2 Super Bowls. You know about being a champion much more than I do, so you speak to it. Do you have an issue with Tatum's not the end of the world comment?
Yeah, I have a problem with it, but overall, for the Celtics, I don't have a problem with it for the Celtics.
Break it down.
Let me break that down. So first of all, you're the best player, they say. You're supposed to be the leader. I want to see some dog, see some urgency. Look, I know we let one slip in Dallas, but I'm going to make sure in Boston, we're going to take care of it. We're going to get it done, right? Tonight it's over with. Like, show me that. Yeah. Not, well, you know, well, we do have 3 more games to get it done. Now, I will say this, though, for the defense of him, they got 3 games to get 1 win, right? And the analogy from boxing, a hard puncher, a knockout artist, they always say, hey, I'm not looking for the knockout. Now, we all know they want to knock the guy out, but he's saying, I want to go in there pressing. You know, now I'm winding up more instead of sticking to the fundamentals and slowly breaking them down and then going for the kill. So if he just say, hey, listen, you know, well, yes, we do have 3 opportunities to get this 1 win, but hey, we want to do it tonight. And that way you give yourself some grace period, some room to work. Because if I'm a fan, if I'm a coach, I'm hearing you say that, it's like, well, hold up. Are you really dialed in today? Right? Or are you just seeing how it goes? Yeah. So I want to go in there with some urgency and go in there with some attitude, like, hey, we're going to finish this thing tonight, but do it smartly and do it with your fundamentals and win the game the right way.
I don't like it, man. I don't like it. And it's crazy because 2 dudes on the team said it.
Yep.
That's the message from the coach, brother. That's the message from the coach.
They both saying it.
Take on the personality of your coach. The only disappointing thing in this whole thing is Tatum has been very, very clear of who his favorite player of all time is, trained with him and all that, and we call him the Mamba. The Mamba would never say anything like this.
Ever.
This is not a Mamba mentality. And yes, you have some football players up here talking because we don't got game 7s. 1 and done, boss. You can come in here and play around if you want. Your season is over. Jayson Tatum as a leader should have got up there knowing what has happened in the past. I have not delivered in the past, including the finals, right? All my reputation has been I don't really deliver in the postseason like that and in the finals like that. And then you get up here talking about you got more chances. You do. But this thing got to end tonight. Yeah. I wanted to see the Mamba mentality and the dog come out of Jayson Tatum right there. I'm going to make sure that my teammates is ready to go and that this is treated like a game 7 so we can walk out of this thing with a championship. The most in NBA history for a franchise. We need to get that thing done right here at home in front of our crowd. That's what I want to see happen. So I'm going to make sure my teammates is ready to go, and we going to finish this thing tonight. I do not want to get on the plane to go back to Dallas. I would have loved to hear that. Do you have more chances? Sure, we all know that. You're up 3-1. But finish this thing tonight and have that mindset going into this game. Because this mindset is like, whatever happens, happens. That's that mindset.
Happens.
You can't go into no basketball game like that. I don't care if you're smiling, frowning, whatever it is. You can't go in there with that mindset, man. Finish Luka and the Mavericks tonight.
In the locker room, oftentimes, in Texas at least, right? If people would fight, we didn't stop fights. I got to take my rings off because if people would fight, all you would hear is, take it to the storm, take it to the storm. What? Take it to the storm, take it to the storm. What? Take it to the storm, take it to the storm. It meant the storm was in the locker room, there was a Texas logo, and that's what we called the storm. If you fighting in the weight room, everybody just shut, take it to the storm, take it to the storm.
That.
So you take it to the storm. Yeah. That's where the fights would go down. Now, people would ask me. People would ask me, be like, hey, Acho, who you think gonna win the fight? As we walking up the weight room stairs, I got the muscle milk in my hand. Who you think gonna win the fight? I say, look, whoever more upset. You know, I got 300-pound D tackles, whoever more upset. 250-pound backers, whoever more upset. They both can win, whoever's more upset. As I'm thinking about the Celtics and the Mavs going into the Storm tonight, a.k.a. the Garden, the Mavs are more upset. Because the Mavs are sitting there saying, we have to win tonight.
They got to win.
The Celtics are like, even if we lose, it's all right. So as they go to their figurative storm, which is the Garden, I'm thinking to myself, Luke and Kyrie are going to the storm talking about, we must win. But Hauser and Tatum are walking into the storm, the Garden like, it is what it is.
We ain't got to win.
JB not doing that,
we
though.
We got more chances.
I keep telling y'all this. I don't want to talk about the best player again. I don't want to have that conversation. But one guy is saying, well, you know, we got 3 games to win one of them. The other guy's saying, yo, I ain't got much to say. We're going to be prepared today to take over this thing, and we'll have the confetti falling after the game. And that's JB.
Yeah, I would imagine JB, Drew Holiday, there's a couple guys that are probably of the mindset, we need to get this done tonight. And but even if there are some and not all, that opens up a weakness in your team.
Yes, sir.
Because not everybody is playing with the same energy, not everybody's playing with the same intensity. As a media member who often is in the position of asking such questions to Jayson Tatum, although I would not ask this particular question, I can appreciate that he gave this deep, thoughtful answer to the question. He really opened the door into terms of where his mind is, and as a media member, that's what you're looking for. As a competitor, I hate that he answered this, because here's the reality. You don't have to answer the question. What Joel Mazzulla has done to this point, which I've admired, is no matter what question he's asked, he gives you the answer he wants you to give. Like he wants to give you, right? You can ask me about 2 black coaches in the NBA Finals. Well, ask me about Christian coaches. Like, I'm going to take it where I want to take it. I'm not going to answer the question. And that is what Jayson Tatum should have done here. Like, certainly, there's the possibility that they might have to go to a 6th or a 7th game to win this. And mentally, you want to be geared to do that. But right now, all your focus is, and all your focus should be, is we got Game 5.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about anything else but the job at hand in Game 5. And while, yes, you as football players don't have Game 7s, you don't have Game 6s, but you have 3rd quarters and you have 4th quarters, and you've certainly been in games where you go into the locker room and you're up by 2 TDs and you realize we have won nothing yet. It's like, we got to come out like it's 0-0. We got to maintain the same intensity and focus because we know that those dogs can come back on us. That's where Jayson Tatum is not showing me this resolve, particularly with a Dallas Mavericks team who, to your point, like, there are some teams, and you just got me thinking about it, there are some teams that would have just avoided the sweep. You know what? We're good. Like, we salvaged some of our reputation and our self-respect. These Dallas Mavericks are ticked. Yeah. They feel like, man, how did we get down 3-0? They're thinking we got to go get this because we're the better team, and that's the door that Jayson Tatum is opening here.
And not only that, like, if you're walking into the game with this mindset, if it does get ugly, if the Dallas Mavericks do come out and throw the first punch, are you looking like, oh, we got Game 6? Like, that's the mindset you're telling us that you have right now.
It's like,
now, if you going into the game to where, like, we have to win this game and you down 15, hey, let's go, bruh. We got to get this thing done. That's not necessarily the mindset that I think they coming out here with if Luka and them throw the first punch, and they're going to be in trouble.
I'm not familiar with this, so I'm asking you guys, especially you, Slick. what are the chances, or what is the normal percentages of teams that are down 3-0, right? Now, I know they don't ever really win those series,
Never
but
won.
do they ever push it back to winning 2 games at least?
Is
that slim?
It has
probably slim.
gone.
It's
Been
It
a
has
couple of
gone
them get to Game 7.
It has gone to Game 7s. It has been a long time since it
Yeah.
happened in the finals.
Okay.
But the Boston Celtics know that you can go down 3-0 in a series
Miami.
and push it to a Game 7 because they
right,
just
right,
did
yeah, that's
last
right,
year
that's
in the
right,
Eastern
that's
Conference
right.
Finals.
On top of that,
and
and
then lost Game
That's
7.
right. That's a good one.
So they should
Yeah,
know
I'm putting my
the
money on the
fire
Mavs
that they're
tonight.
playing with.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
I hate it. I don't know if it's the athlete in me to all of us athletes on the desk. I hate it, and I'll use it in movie form. I don't know if y'all remember, it was The Dark Knight Rises.
That's my movie.
It was the one with Bane in it. And y'all remember Batman was like rehabbing after I think Bane had messed up his back or whatever, and he had to
Christian
jump. Yes, Christian Bale obviously plays
He had to
Batman.
jump,
And he had to jump. And finally he took the harness off. Because he said, if you got fear in you, it'll find you. So finally he took the harness off, and it wasn't until he took the harness off that he could scale the jump. Because so long as he had the harness on, a plan B, he was never going to make it. I look at the Celtics of having the harness on. They still got a plan B. Because like James, you just said something, and it really it made the inner athlete in me leap out of this chair. You just said something to so long as you have a plan B often in life, plan A will never work.
Nope.
Because in the back of your head, you know, well, if I fail, I'll be okay. Like, man, when we was trying to make it to the league,
Man, ain't no plan
there
B.
was no plan B.
no
People
plan
like, hey, what you doing for? I don't have a plan B.
I ain't got no plan.
I'm gonna just figure it out.
Ain't even thought about it. I'm going to the league.
I'm going from plan A to plan A.
it.
And I'm going from the other plan A to the other plan A.
Kobe said.
There is no plan
Kobe
B.
said ain't no plan B.
That's it. But you know what's crazy about this whole thing?
Wait, is this a plan B for me, though? Because I did plan A at a high level. Got him on TV.
Yeah,
I was thinking.
we all on plan B, but we wasn't thinking about this when we was playing.
Correct.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We was.
I'm just asking.
But what the crazy thing to me is, Tatum, you were up 3-0 last year and lost. Correct?
No, down 3-0.
down 3-0.
Oh, down 3-0.